thank you for stopping by my site. I want you to feel at home and explore the site and want you to really get out of it about transformation leadership and about inspiring others, being enlightened, and being empowered. Because what I believe is that leaders are here for a purpose, and that purpose is to help and serve others in their sphere of influence. So take a journey with me as you take a sneak peek at women and leadership. So repeat after me. Women leaders rock. Women Come on. Leaders rock. I didn't think I was going to be here for just lunch, right? Right? And we have a male, so he has to agree with everything we say, right? Right. So let me hear it again. Women leaders, what? We rock, right? So if we led the country, of course, we would have no issues with the U.S. deficit, right? Right. Unemployment, little to no unemployment, because as women, we know how to put people to work, right? Nothing to do? Follow me. Let me put you to work, okay? Because women leaders, again, we rock. They said that everything that Fred Astaire did, Ginger Rogers did it backwards and better. But she had on what? Let me see your heels. Let me see your stilettos. Right. We're women leaders. We can do everything. We do it strategically. We know how to get things done efficiently and effectively and with grace. So we want to talk about 3 points today. We can be here all day talking about leadership. But of course, I want to focus on 3 areas. That's women leading, being collaborative when you're leading, connecting when you're leading, and compromising to win when you're leading. So those are 3 areas that I want to focus on over the next few minutes. McKinsey, which is a global consulting firm, they put out a study that said that women, we have little to no mentors. And that's true. I see that. That's a reality. The second one is we do not network. Again, I see that. That's a reality. And the third one is that we do not negotiate for ourselves. So we're talking about collaborating, connecting, and compromising to win over the next few minutes. So women leaders, what? Rock. We rock. We rock. I saw a study that during the economic storm of 2009, it said that women leaders proved that they can be as tough, decisive, and competitive as men. USA Today reported that stocks of the 13 Fortune 500 companies run by women at that time, the stocks were up an average of 50%. So women leaders, what? They rock. And I thought, that's great, but we still have a lot more to do. So we want to focus and talk about those 3 areas of collaborating, connecting, and compromising to win, and kind of what that means. And I would tell you that when I was first, become a leader of, people and over a division, I was afraid. I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to find me out. They're going to find out I do not know what I'm doing. These people are not going to follow me. How many of you felt like that, or even feel like that now? Absolutely. We are leaders in our businesses. We're leaders possibly in other people's businesses, leaders in our homes, and we definitely have that feeling. But in order for us to be successful, again, I find that these 3 areas really excel our leadership skills. So that's why I want to focus on those 3 areas, because I find that, again, that is true. We do lack in those areas. So how can we improve in those areas? And I want to say, and I want to encourage that we're here for a purpose. You're here at this luncheon for a purpose. And our purpose as leaders is to serve and to help others in our sphere of influence. That's what we're here to do. So when I say collaborating, what comes to mind? I'm picking on people. I like interaction. I'm picking on Brandy.
Working together as a team.
Okay, working together as a team. What else comes to mind when you think of collaboration? Sharing ideas. Sharing ideas. What about connecting? What comes to mind when you think about connecting? Is it Aya? Anya.
Having a common purpose, a common ground.
Okay.
And being able to be excited about, what you're trying to achieve.
Okay, very good. What else? When connecting, what comes to mind? Margaret.
Being on the same page.
Okay, very good. Compromising to win. What comes to mind when I say compromising to win?
Strategy.
Strategy. What else?
Give a little, give a lot.
Give a little, get a lot. Absolutely. What else?
Mutually beneficial.
Mutually beneficial. Okay. So let's talk about those 3 areas because, again, McKinsey said, their study said that we lack role models, which, again, we're going to talk about a little bit in collaborating. And then also that we are not networking like we're supposed to. So that's where the connection comes about. And third is that we're not negotiating for ourselves. So we want to talk about compromising to win. Okay? So women leaders what? We rock, right? So collaboration. Someone called me and said, I'm working on a project and I need some people to come in to facilitate for me. Can you recommend? So I recommended some folks. And one of the ladies on the team said, you know what, I just don't work well with women. I was like, really? It's like, okay, we need to collaborate. This is a collaboration, and let's find out what's going on. And of course, it's been a couple of months, and no one's killed each other yet. But again, it's all about helping each other and coming together to collaborate. I had another group of women leaders, everyone's department heads, and again, sometimes there's that power struggle. But we know that the bottom line goal is to meet XYZ, whatever the company goal is. And we have to come together and collaborate. So that's one side of it. And the other side is helping others. Who can we help? Who can we bring along? Who can we be a mentor to? So as women, what I want to talk about today and just kind of share is that we as women leaders, we need to be mentors, and we need mentors of our own. We need other women mentors. We need male mentors to help us to excel in our roles, leadership roles, whatever that may be. Okay? So as we are leading others, and I like to use the quote that as leaders, we're only as good as the people we lead. So when we're collaborating, when we're working with other business owners, whatever we're doing, we are the leader, and that should definitely shine throughout. So we're the mentor if we need advisors, but definitely we want to make sure that we're shining about. And I like to use, when I'm talking about collaboration, is talk about emotional intelligence. How many of you have heard of emotional intelligence? It used to be, IQ. Is that person smart? Is that person smart? We want that person on our team. But now it's like, hey, what's that person's EQ score? Are they emotionally intelligent to be, working with us? So when we're talking about emotional intelligence, it's that ability to sense and to understand and to effectively apply the power and the acumen of emotions that facilitate collaboration and productivity. So when we understand ourselves, we're able to not only lead ourselves, but lead others, lead other leaders, even lead our business. So when we're talking about collaboration, all that comes into play to make sure that we're helping others, we're being examples and role models, and even mentors, and having our own mentors. Questions, comments on that one? So we talked about collaboration. Let's move to the next one. Connecting, my favorite one. Business relationships period, are the catalyst to our success. I'm here because of a relationship, and I thank Tracy and Kim for the opportunity. It's all about relationship. Who knows you and who can pick up the phone and say, you know what, I have a client who needs your services. That's how it works. People do business with people they know and who they like. So it's best for us to connect. And I like to give a few points when I'm talking about connecting. It's one, being interested. Have you ever been in a conversation and someone just hijacked the conversation? Of course, we all have. When we're connecting and building relationships, be interested in the other person. And I like to use an acronym that someone shared with me, and it's FORD, F-O-R-D. So when I'm being interested and when I'm meeting with people one-on-one, I want to know first about their family. Tell me about your family. We have children. Okay, let's have some play dates. But let me know about your family. The next one is occupation. What do you do? Because as they're talking and as we're connecting, I'm listening and finding who can I connect that person to. The R is for relaxation. What do you do for relaxation? A lot of deals, as we know, are made on the golf course. Now I have women who are doing spa days. I'm all for spa days. If you're planning one, invite me. So find out what they do for relaxation so you can, again, connect on that level. And the last one is D for dreams. What is it that they are pursuing? How you can help them, who you can connect those folks to. So being interested. So when we're making those connections and building those relationships, It's all about being interested in the other person. It's about the other person, not ourselves. The next one is being trustworthy. Again, people do business with people they like and they know. So making sure those accounts are always full and that you're someone to be trusted. The next point is being a connector. So I had someone call and say, you know what, I'm again, the same person, I'm working on a project. I need people to facilitate various courses. Can you refer some people? Not a problem. Let me tap into the network. So it's being able to connect others and not thinking, oh, well, what about me? You know, I'm missing out. Well, again, as you're giving back, it's going to come back to you. So being interested, being a connector, and being trustworthy, where others can definitely call on you and say, you know, Kim, you know, I need to follow up with this person. I need to be connected to this person. And I always say when we're networking and building relationships, and I see this happen a lot, no follow-up, I say fortune is in the follow-up. When you follow up, again, you're going to reap the rewards down the line, but you have to follow up and build those connections. Set up coffee, set up lunch. I tell people I'm waiting for Starbucks to give me my store. I'm there all the time. So again, finding ways to connect and be interested. And I like this quote by Billie Jean King, the tennis legend. She said, relationships are everything. You never know how someone will touch or change your life or how or when you can change theirs. So when you're building relationships, your networking and your relationship is just like a muscle. You know how we work on our muscles, get big muscles? Al, right? Sure. The more we work it, the bigger it gets. And that's the same thing with our network. The more we work it, the more we develop and nurture those relationships, guess what? Those relationships are going to build. So we've talked about collaborating, we've talked about connecting. Let's talk about compromising. Compromising. People are like, I don't want to compromise. You know, that's like failure. I don't want that to happen. Winners don't relent, winners win. But in some cases, you have to compromise. I had a group, they have the employees, it's a small group, they give their employees off every day, every Friday in the summer. It's like, okay, I want to work for that company. And they pay them, they work 4 days, they still get paid for 5. And so this time around, the manager's like, you know what? You know, we can't do that, it's just not cost effective. We have projects going, we just can't do it. So of course the other managers is like, you know what, this is gonna, you know, kill employee morale. We need to do something. And so they gave her reports and said, you know, if we have every Friday off, we'll meet our numbers. And she still just said no. So they kept coming at her, and they said, you know what about every other Friday? And so she finally gave in. So in compromise, it's, you know, sometimes we have to wear the other person down. It's like our kids. If they want something, they're gonna wear you down until you say, you know what, okay, I give in. And it's just the same. When compromise, you may have to wear some people down. And again, being prepared for whatever the answer is. And also coming prepared with your argument, knowing, okay, you know what, this is what I want. You know, let me see the best way that we can both win. So in this situation, even though the employees didn't get every Friday, they got every other Friday, they still made out well in that situation. So being open, the manager was open to options and other alternatives. So when we're compromising or negotiating, it's being open to other options. What else is out there? What else can we do that's going to benefit both parties? Listening to all sides and then finding that common ground. So in that case, again, it was, okay, they can't have every Friday, they can have every other Friday. And then seeing the changes incremental. Next time it may go back to all Fridays. So again, learning to compromise, because we can use that when we are negotiating business, you know, positions, even office space, or whatever it is, using those tips to help us get a win-win. Okay? So we talked about collaborating, we've talked about connecting, and we talked about compromising. And I see all of those being beneficial to women leaders, because again, those are areas that we're lacking in, but definitely we can certainly turn the tables where we're doing much better in those areas. So I want to do an exercise with you at your table. I know we're eating, but I want to take a few minutes and do an exercise. I know we've introduced ourselves, but I want you at your tables to go around. We're going to take about 30, 45 seconds for each person. Reintroduce yourself. So your name, your company, and tell the group, out of the three that I just mentioned, whether it was collaborating, connecting, or compromising, out of the three, which one do you believe that you do well? We may do all of them well, but which one do you do really well and why? And I can tell you for myself, I love to connect. I know relationships, I'm all about relationships. So I can do that one very well because I know relationships are the catalyst to our success. So again, in your group, at your tables, go around, tell your name, your company, and out of the three, which one do you do well and why? And then we're going to come out and report out. So I'll give you a few minutes to do that. And we're talking, you do well, do you collaborate, you compromise, or do you connect? Which one do you do well? I'm going to come around and listen in. Oh, well, very good, very good. Connector. Collaborator. I didn't hear Trina's. Collaborate, very good. And then I was going to tell Anna yours. Okay.
Connect and collaborate and compromise.
Okay. Very good. What was Al? Connector. Very good, very good. So there was possibly everyone was a collaborator, connector, compromising. What about at this table? Could you have a good mix? Okay. What about compromising? Who was very good at compromising? Okay. Why?
I just think I'm a good listener.
Okay.
And like to hear all points of view. And then,
Okay. Who was the collaborator over here? And why did that stand out for you?
I said connector and collaborator because
Okay.
I think I connect people to collaborate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it kind of goes together as far as it's listening for what
Yes.
people's needs are and then connecting them.
So again, as women leaders, those are three areas, again, that the studies have put out that, again, we need to work on. And so I wanted to share that today, that so when you're out being the great leaders that you are, thinking about, again, collaborating more, connecting, or compromising. So on the sheet I have for you to take notes is a call to action. So I want you to think about one thing that you're going to do after leaving this session that you're going to take action on. So is it going to be, you know what, I know I need to connect with this certain person, let me do that, or collaborating with someone, or working on compromising skills? What is one thing that you want to take away for today? And I find that when we put things in writing, it's there, we see it, and we're committed to it. And if you need to connect with someone in the room to be your accountability partner, that's great. But one thing that you want to take away and put action to. And as we're wrapping up, I want to leave on this thought is that women leaders, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. And that was a quote by John Quincy Adams. And so for me, I want, again, to encourage you to collaborate more and to connect more and to compromise, for those win-win situations, because that is for our success and for us to excel in our leadership roles. It's not easy, but definitely, what are we? We're women who rock, women leaders who rock. That's who we are. We can do that. So again, we have to work on those areas in order to excel in our careers or in our businesses. Definitely, again, want to encourage you as you go about is to, again, connect with others more. Make it happen for someone else. Be a mentor, help others, and to compromise for those win-win situations. Okay, great. Any questions that I can answer at this time? You all have been great. And you all what? Women leaders what? Rock. We rock. We rock. Thank you.